A trespasser on Rancho Rivera. Exterior, Frank Rivera's ranch, Cochise County, Arizona, day. Extreme wide shot of several acres of ranch property in a desolate swath of southern Arizona high desert. The ranch is surrounded by barbed wire fencing. The road leading to its entrance is blocked by a metal swing gate. A homestead in the center of the property, roofed stable, long ranch house, parked pickup. No livestock, no movement or sound, except the rustling of low vegetation in the cold desert winter wind. A sheriff's SUV enters the screen and makes its way down the dirt road to the entrance of the ranch. Interior, sheriff's SUV, Frank Rivera's ranch. Sheriff Mack, 50, in uniform, slows his vehicle to a stop. He grabs his old flip cell phone, immediately notices it says, "No service." Tosses it aside, and grabs a CB radio handset.
It's Mack. I'm answering the call that came in from Frank Rivera Ranch.
He releases the handset button, but hears only an eerie screech of static in return. He waits. No response.
Don?
Still no response. Only static.
Well, I'm going on the property. My cell phone isn't working. If you're getting this, well, I'll check in from Frank's landline. Mack out.
Releasing the handset, the static is cut short as he flips the radio off. Exterior, Frank Rivera's ranch, gate. Mack huffs as he steps out of his vehicle and trudges to the unlocked gate. Angle on an old posted sign on the gatepost, which reads from the top, Rancho Rivera. No trespassing and no trespasser. Mack pushes the gate, which swings open, makes it back to his truck and drives through. Reverse angle as the truck drives to and past camera. A black medium-sized drone, enforcer drone, rises out of the bushes and follows him. Interior, sheriff's SUV, Frank Rivera's ranch. Mack drives. We see the enforcer drone rise and to then pass through in his rearview mirror. Mack catches a glimpse, adjusts his mirror, but sees nothing. Exterior, Frank Rivera's ranch, property road. Wide, along the dirt road to the homestead. The SUV passes with the enforcer drone in tow. Just high enough to be out of sight of Mack's mirrors. Interior, sheriff's SUV, property road. Mack's POV as he pulls up near the stable and ranch house with Frank Rivera's truck parked in front. On Mack as he surveys with concern the area outside. Exterior, Frank Rivera's ranch, front of house, stable. Mack steps out of the SUV, glances around, closes his door, and he turns to the house.
Frank? It's Sheriff Mack.
He looks at Frank Rivera's truck, then turns to the stable. The enforcer drone has flown closer to Mack. He tilts down to look at him. Mack notices the drone, raises his hat to it.
Frank?
A rustling noise from the stable area catches Mack's attention. He moves to the stable doors, shaking his head in annoyance as the drone follows him. Interior, stable. Close onto the stable doors, which creak as Mack opens them from outside. He sees something. His eyes grow wide and he stumbles back to the retreat. Exterior, front of house, stable. Mack quickly makes his way from the open stable to his SUV. When he opens his door, the cracking sound of a rifle shot echoes, and Mack falls to the ground dead. Exterior, nearby hill. Obscured by the sun behind him, the shooter in rancher attire. Long pants, boots, long sleeve shirt, leather gloves, aviator glasses, a cowboy hat, and a bandana over his nose and mouth. Slings his rifle over his shoulder. A second drone, master drone, hovers just above him. Bull-legged with an awkward posture, the shooter makes his way to the stables, the master drone following him. Exterior, front of house, stable. Angle on the shooter's ill-fitting gloved hands, hog-tying a rope around Mack's lifeless ankles. The shooter drags Mack out of frame. Interior, Laura's quad truck, Frank Rivera's ranch. Driving down the road to Frank Rivera's ranch is Frank's niece, Laura Rivera, a confident young woman in her 20s. In the passenger seat is her friend Tina, 20s, more reserved than her friends. Exuberant Sandy, 20s, takes up the back seat.
Damn it, Instagram is done.
Lost my signal too.
You ladies need real phones.
And that would be?
Well, not that basura.
Tina and Sandy stare at her.
Garbage.
Well, Ms. Laura, we can't all have a rich uncle.
I said he was eccentric, not rich. Just buy a better phone.
Tina glances back at Sandy as Sandy sarcastically mimics Laura.
Just buy a better phone.
Tina giggles. Laura looks ahead and begins to slow the truck at the ranch entrance gate. Exterior, Frank Rivera's ranch, gate. The quad truck, which we now see, is towing an open toy trailer with an ATV and two dirt bikes. come to a stop at the closed gate. Laura hops out of the truck as she dials her uncle on her cell phone, a revolver holstered on her hip. Tina and Sandy stay seated in the truck.
Let me just remind him. Wouldn't want my rich uncle to shoot one of you.
Tina and Sandy roll their eyes at each other. Laura stares at her phone as she strides to the gate.
What the? No service.
I think you owe us an apology.
Laura turns and deliberately gives him the finger. She quickly pushes the gate open, gets back to the truck, and hops in. As Laura puts the truck in drive, Sandy steps out the back door. The truck moves forward through the entrance. Sandy closes the gate behind the truck, but as she runs to jump back into the truck, Laura playfully pulls forward several times. Interior. Laura's quad truck. Sandy climbs in as Laura and Tina laugh.
Bitches.
Exterior. Frank Rivera's ranch, Property Road. Laura's quad truck and trailer move forward. Following behind is the enforcer drone. Interior. Laura's quad truck. Sandy turns to see the enforcer drone following them, keeps her eyes fixed on it.
Laura? There's a drone behind us.
Laura and Tina glance out the back window. Laura is unconcerned, but Tina keeps checking the side mirror.
My tio's retired. It's his new hobby.
Sandy finally stops watching the drone, turns to the girls.
Nobody likes to fish anymore?
Exterior, Frank Rivera's ranch, front of house stable. Laura's truck drives up and parks near the house and stable. Interior, Laura's quad truck. The three young women glance about inquisitively as they notice Sheriff Mack's SUV with the driver's side door open in Frank's truck. Exterior, front of house, stable. Laura steps out, walks to, and looks in the open SUV. Tina and Sandy hop out and immediately go to their trailer.
Keys?
Laura tosses the keys to Tina, then turns to her uncle's truck and stares at it. Tina unlocks the trailer gate, opens it as Sandy slides the ramp down.
Are you gonna stand around all day, or...?
Laura turns her attention from her uncle's truck to the girls and moves to the trailer to help. Tina moves a dirt bike down the ramp.
You know we never fill these up.
Laura takes the dirt bike from her at the bottom of the ramp and parks it on the dirt.
I'm sure my tio has some gas here.
Sandy pushes a second bike down, handing it to Tina, who parks it in the dirt.
Well, hopefully he has a toilet. I have to go pee.
Sandy grabs the ATV, pushes it to Laura, and they both wrangle it to the ground.
You got like 1,000 bushes to choose from, Sandy.
I got your bush right here.
Nasty.
Interior, stable, workbench. Over the shoulder of the mysterious shooter sitting at a bench. Tools in hand, he messes with some kind of contraption. A rustic metal box with irregularly shaped, translucent, half-lit colored buttons, and one large button in the middle. Attached to the top of it is a cord organic in nature. Strewn on the bench are several drone hand controllers. In front of him on the wall are 6 small monitors. 4 are static. One monitor is a video image coming from the master drone's camera hovering behind him. On the last monitor is a video image coming from the enforcer drone outside, which is following the girls around in their truck from a high distance. The shooter glances up from the monitor of the girls outside. The shooter rises and exits frame. Interior, stable. Near stable gate. The shooter peers outside through a crack in the wood. He steps back, pulls his rifle, and looks through the scope. Shooter's POV through the scope as he sizes up his foes. He moves over the girls, trying to take aim, but they're all moving in different directions. Tina closes the trailer gate. Sandy is in and out of the truck cab retrieving backpacks. Laura strings a helmet by its chin strap onto the ATV. The scope POV settles on Laura as she stops, glances about again for her uncle. Angle on the shooter as he's about to shoot Laura. The scope's POV moves on Laura's body, then moves down quickly, angling on the revolver holstered on her hip. On the frustrated shooter as he gives up, grunts, shoulders his rifle, and scurries back to the workbench area. Interior, stable, workbench. The shooter hurriedly enters the workbench area, looks at the girls on the monitor. He turns to the master drone hovering at his shoulder. The drone nods in affirmation as if just spoken to. The master drone turns to a shelf where 4 small soldier drones are sitting. 2 of the small drones, Soldier Drone 1 and Soldier Drone 2, turn on. Rise, seemingly confer with the master drone. Soldier Drone 1 and Soldier Drone 2 exit. The shooter plops to his seat and starts working on his contraption. Exterior, front of house, stable. The girls have a couple backpacks in hand, moving toward the house. The enforcer drone dips down to their eye line and slowly moves toward them. Laura waves at the larger drone.
Tio Frank, soy yo, Laura.
Suddenly, the two soldier drones beeline to join the enforcer. Laura looks at the drones.
Stop messing around. I want you to meet Tina and Sandy.
Mr. Uncle Frank? I seriously gotta go.
The two soldier drones get closer and closer, seemingly herding the girls toward the house. Cornered at the house, the two soldier drones begin to aggressively peck at them. The girls swat and swing their packs at the small drones.
What the hell? I'm gonna break your uncle's toys.
Laura finally opens the door to the house, and all three run in. Laura slams the door behind her as the small drones try to get in. The larger enforcer drone assesses the situation, swiftly flies over to the house to the backside. Interior, house. The girls are clumped together just inside the house.
What in the actual hell? What was that?
I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on.
Where's the bathroom?
Tio Frank!
Sandy starts to the hallway. Exterior, backside of house. The enforcer drone moves past the closed window, then finds an open window. It looks aside and nods. Exterior, front of house. The two soldier drones acknowledge the enforcer drone's commands, and they take off around the house to join. Interior, house, hallway. Sandy finds the bathroom and enters. Interior, bathroom. Sandy pulls her pants down, sits on the toilet. Interior, hallway. Laura and Tina walk past the bathroom towards Frank Rivera's bedroom.
Tio?
A smell hits them.
What's that smell?
Interior, bathroom. Sandy on toilet covering her nose.
That's not me.
Interior, Frank's bedroom. Laura and Tina enter Frank's bedroom. Laura stares ahead, horrified to see Sheriff Mack lying dead across the bed. Tina finally sees Mack in interior, bathroom. Sandy on the toilet hears Tina scream from the bedroom. Interior, Frank Rivera's bedroom. Laura stands aghast, staring at the bloody corpse.
Is that your uncle?
Sheriff Mack?
Tina turns to flee the room, but is met by the two soldier drones in the doorway. She slowly backs up as the small drones enter. Interior, bathroom. Sandy quickly pulls up her pants.
What is going on?
She opens the bathroom door to be met eye to eye by the enforcer drone. Shocked, she has no time to react as the drone shoots a thick laser through the center of her forehead. A $half-size hole now in the back of Sandy's head. We see the enforcer drone through the hole. Sandy drops to the ground. The enforcer hovers over her, tilts down, studying her lifeless body. Interior, Frank Rivera's bedroom. Laura snaps out of it, takes her attention away from Mack. As soon as she turns around, the two small soldier drones fire lasers out of the small turrets on their bellies. Tina is hitting the soldier and scrambles behind the open door for cover. Laura leaps over the bed and the corpse. The soldier drones fire randomly. Laura, hiding behind the bed. She glances around, finds a shoe, looks up, takes aim, and throws it at the drones. Soldier drone 1 evades it and takes its position again. Tina, behind the open door, smacks the door into soldier drone 2, which sends it to the ground. Soldier drone 1 flies to the ground to attend to the injured drone. Without opportunity, the two ladies run out of the room, slamming the door behind them. Interior, hallway. Tina holds her wound. Laura pulls back part of Tina's burnt shirt to examine it. Tina sees something down the hallway, grabs Laura's face and turns it in that direction. Sandy's on the ground in the entryway to the bathroom, with the enforcer hovering over her. The enforcer slowly pivots to them. Laura grabs her revolver from her hip and fires 2 shots at the drone, but misses. The drone flies into the bathroom for cover. The girl sees a second bedroom between them and the bathroom and make a run for it. As they slam the door behind them, the enforcer smacks into it and bounces down the hallway. Interior, Frank Rivera's bedroom. Soldier drone 1 still attending to the downed soldier drone 2. Drone 2 wakes up, starts his propellers, and rises. The two soldier drones look at the closed door, peer across the room, spot a vent, and rise to it. They study the vent, cover a moment, and begin to shoot lasers at the screws. Lasers and puffs of smoke lead to the vent cover popping off the vent. They enter single file. Soldier 1 followed by soldier 2. Interior, second bedroom. Laura, with revolver in hand, points to a closet.
Look for a gun over there.
Tina rummages quickly to the open closet and pulls out a shotgun, checks the chamber.
It's empty.
Well, look around.
Interior, Frank Rivera's ranch, vents. Quick montage as the two soldier drones weave through the dark vents, with twists and turns. Interior, hallway. The enforcer outside the second bedroom door senses something, turns its attention to the ceiling to listen for its cohorts. Interior, vents. The soldier drones turn a corner and are quickly forced to stop as they nearly smack into a closed vent cover. Interior, second bedroom. Laura and Tina frantically search for shotgun shells in a nightstand, a dresser, the top of the closet. Laura hears something, stares at the vent. Suddenly, the vent cover pops open, and the two soldier drones enter the room. Laura fires her revolver twice at the small drones, missing. Thick laser shots begin to pierce through the door as the enforcer shoots in from the hallway. Laura and Tina dive for cover. The two soldier drones fly further in and in the way of the enforcer's laser. Soldier 2 gets obliterated by a laser. Soldier 1 swoops down to the crashed Soldier 2. Laura opens the window, crawls out. Tina drops the shotgun and follows Laura out the window. Interior, backside of house. Laura and Tina drop down from the window, check their surroundings, then scurry along the edge of the house. Interior, house, hallway. The enforcer fires lasers at the 3 hinges of the door and finally the doorknob, which causes the door to teeter to the floor of the room. Interior, second bedroom. The enforcer enters the room, nods to the remaining soldier drone 1. They give chase out the window, leaving soldier drone 2. Interior, stable, workbench. The shooter continues to work on his contraption. The master drone at his shoulder is agitated as it watches the action outside unfolding on the monitors. Exterior, backside of house. Laura, followed by Tina, crouch and sneak along the back of the house. They make it to the edge of the house and peek around the corner to see if it's clear to the truck. Laura sees soldier drone 1 ahead and ducks back behind the corner. In a moment of the girl's hesitation, the enforcer quietly flies up and waits behind Tina. Laura turns to Tina to let her know she spotted the little drone, but then sees that the enforcer drone is directly behind Tina. Laura's eyes move from the drone behind Tina to Tina's eyes. Tina realizes the drone is behind her. Laura tries to raise her pistol, but it's too late. The enforcer cuts Tina in half with one failed swoosh of its laser. Laura falls back and fires 2 rounds from her pistol into the enforcer, causing the drone to spin out of control and smash to the ground. Laura moves to Tina. Shock turning to anger, she stares at Tina's lifeless face. Soldier 1 drone buzzes past Laura to the downed enforcer. Laura takes aim at the small drone and pulls the trigger. Click, click, she's out. The little drone rises and faces her. She throws the revolver at the soldier drone, which knocks it to the ground momentarily. Laura rises, sprints to the side of the house. Interior, stable, workbench. The shooter and master drone are face-to-face silently communicating. The shooter motions it away and plops back down to his contraption. Master drone turns to the shelf and instructs the 2 remaining drones, Soldier 3 and Soldier 4, to follow. The 3 drones speed out of the space. Exterior, front of house, stable. Laura runs from the house to Frank's truck. Using it for cover, she sees the master drone with soldier drone 3 and 4 appearing from the hole in the stable, rising higher, surveying the area, then buzzing above and over the back of the house. With the remaining drones gone, Laura sprints through her truck. Interior, Laura's quad truck. Laura opens the door, but can't find her keys. Checks her pocket, checks the visor, gets out of the truck. Exterior, front of house, stable. As she steps out of the truck, she turns to find the shooter standing directly in front of her with his rifle ready. From behind, we see him take off his glasses to reveal his face to her. She recoils slightly. He puts his glasses back on, cocks his rifle and shoots, but the gun doesn't fire. As he grunts and glances down on his gun, she pulls it away and in one fell swoop spins it around and punches the butt of the rifle into his gut. The shooter falls to the ground groaning. Laura runs to find Frank's truck, opens the driver's door. Inside, she finds Frank's lifeless body lying across the front seats. She shakes him, gets blood on her hands, and looks at her hands.
Tio.
She backs away, glances around. She dashes to the ATV and dirt bikes parked behind her truck. She hops on the ATV and puts her helmet on. Exterior, backside of house. Master drone with soldiers, drones 3 and 4 swoop down to the destroyed enforcer drone with soldier drone 1 at its side. Their moment of silence is disturbed by the sudden starting of the ATV from the front of the house. The drones rise, look around, and take off in tandem. Exterior, front of house, stable. The 4 drones come around the corner to find Laura driving away on the ATV and the shooter getting up from the ground, in pain. He motions them to follow her. They give chase. Exterior, ranch, land. A montage of the remaining drones giving chase to and shooting their lasers at Laura, trying to escape on her ATV. Montage to be decided based on securing location. Exterior, ranch, land, near ravine and hill. Eventually, the ATV starts to putter. Laura glances at the gas gauge to find it empty. The ATV slows down to a stop and Laura jumps off, tumbles, rises, and starts to flee on foot. Laura comes to a small ravine. She halts, takes off her helmet, and spins to face the drones, who have now stopped as well. She glances down, spots a stick, snatches it up. She waves it at them, using her helmet as a shield in her other hand.
Vamos, pendejos.
The master drone sends the 3 soldiers to attack her. They move in and shoot their lasers. She's able to deflect some of the lasers with her helmet, but one gets past, hitting her on the side of her torso. Drone 1 is on her, and she smacks it away with a stick. She backs up as the master dives down to her. Looking back, she sees the edge of the ravine. The master, almost to her, she turns and jumps into the shallow ravine. Exterior, shallow ravine. Laura hugs the wall of the ravine, trying to hide in the cover of shrubs. The drones surround her from above. They turn their turrets on her and are about to blast her away. She closes her eyes and cringes, awaiting her imminent death. Interior, stable, workbench. Angle on the contraption as the beacon light glows hot, and a rising, buzzing noise turns to an intense, sharp screech. The shooter sets his rifle on the table, grabs the device, and puts it around his neck with a cord. He exits frame. Exterior, shallow ravine. Hovering, the drones move closer to Laura. Suddenly, they stop and turn to each other. A beat, and the drones rise and fly away towards the homestead. Confused, Laura watches them leave. She climbs out of the ravine and looks for them in the distance. Exterior, ranch, land. A short montage of the drones speeding back to the stable. Exterior, nearby hill. Laura makes her way up the hill just past the ravine. Exterior, stable. The shooter violently pushes the stable doors open and exits. He pulls his leather gloves off and tosses them to the ground, to reveal his humanoid-type hands, with each hand having only 2 fingers and an opposable-type thumb. He turns to face the inside of the open stable. Tight on the shooter from behind. As we dolly back, he takes off his glasses and bandana, tosses them. He takes off his hat to reveal a bulbous antenna-like alien skull. In front of him, we begin to see a small alien aircraft crammed onto the stable. The dolly movement stops as lights on the craft start to glow brighter and brighter, and we hear the sound of the craft starting up. The drones fly up behind him and hover, waiting for his commands. We hold for several beats. Exterior, hill. Laura, exhausted, sits on the hill, peering down at the ranch below. A rumbling noise from all around. She rises and begins to slowly back up as the ground starts to shake. A large, ominous shadow begins to move over her and the hill. She looks up to see a massive structure, mothership, moving above her toward the ranch stable, her eyes transfixed. Exterior, Frank Rivera's ranch, gate. Angle on the old posted sign on the gatepost, which reads from the top, Rancho Rivera, no trespassing, and no Trespasser. The sign sways, then flaps from the wind of the approaching mothership above. As the shadow covers the sign, we fade to black. The end.